Cześć, witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie, z tej strony Remix, a to jest kolejny odcinek Runaway 2. Jesteśmy na początku drugiego rozdziału, i musimy... co musimy? Nie, spójrz na
Looks like Leslie writes down all the orders he gets from his dad in here. What surprises me most, though, is that his writing resembles mine so much.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Ojej,
I mean, my colonel.
chyba miałem coś zrobić.
Oh, by the way, the satellite has located that shipment
Nie
of
zdążyłem,
cigars
bo
who are
już
being
zaczęli
sent from
gadać, to
Cuba,
już nic
my
nie zrobię chyba.
colonel.
It's about time, flower pot. Coordinates?
I didn't memorize them, my colonel, but I'll ask for them again right away.
God damn it, flower pot. Aren't you using that planner I gave you for Christmas? Do it now, and send a couple of men to the area. I want those cigars brought to me, as of yesterday. Out of my sight, flower pot.
You can come in, Mr. whatever you're called.
Thanks.
Musimy pogadać z tym typem.
Good morning. My name is...
Is that what you came to tell me, civilian? Or did you have something interesting to say?
Well, I'd like to ask you about...
Negative. I'm the one asking questions here.
Yeah, but I was just wondering whether...
What do you think this is? Q&A in the Pentagon press room? I'm warning you. Nobody interrogates me.
It's really just a quick...
Look here, civvy boy. Are you dumb or am I explaining this all wrong? If you ask me one more question, you're gonna spend the next 15 days in my refrigerator. Got that?
In the refrigerator? Well, if you give me a baseball to toss around...
Okay then. Now, answer this. What in Sam Hill are you doing on my island?
Miałem pojęcie, że sobie swojego, że to pani moja dziewczyna spadła do jeziora.
Actually, I didn't even want to come here. It was this girlfriend of mine.
Well, well. It turns out the smart Alex civilian is just a boy in love. Son, if you were a soldier, no woman would be playing around with you. Why don't you enlist?
I can't picture myself in a uniform. Green doesn't go with my skin tone, and helmets give me a headache.
So this is what goddamn civil society has made us sink to? You keep in mind, boy, that I only tolerate 3 kinds of civilians. Women, kids, and the crippled. The rest of y'all should be under military command, killing for your homeland and dying in combat. But those dang politicians and scientists back in D.C. are all fooled with their welfare state, human rights, and atomic weaponry systems. They're trying to do away with the real army and values that make men men.
It sounds truly exciting, but I don't want to have to kill anyone.
So you're that kind of folks. You say that because you never tried. But once you acquire a taste for it, you'd kill to try again.
I don't know. I've never held a weapon.
Hey, where'd you go to grammar school, boy? Didn't you get an education?
Enlist? Me? Do I look like a fool?
What kind of sissy are you, boy? When the winds of change blow through, and they will, you're gonna have to fight. Then I'd like to see what you use your pretty face for. I told you, I won't tolerate the 3rd degree. So answer me or suffer the consequences.
Man, that's not what I meant. I must have wigged out.
Oh yeah? What do you mean then?
I had no idea this island
trzeba z
belonged
nim
to you.
pogadać o
It
wszystkim,
must
bo
have
to
cost
tak
you a small fortune.
I say it's
no
mine,
nie da
but I'm
rady
in charge
inaczej.
here.
Niestety.
Didn't anyone tell you martial law has been imposed on Mala Island?
Co?
Why are we under martial law?
No właśnie, na
That way
wyspie.
I'm not obliged to answer questions from imbecile civilians like yourself.
Kurwa,
And even less so when they're about unauthorized topics.
ty jesteś bezmózg. Już bardziej wolny widzę, że umiera pan premier, żeby wytłumaczyć, dlaczego wprowadzono stan wojenny.
I couldn't care less about the martial law, but I'll tell you why I'm on Mala Island.
I knew I could get you to sing in the end. Come on, fess up.
Dobra.
A girlfriend of mine fell into the lake, and
Czyli od
I think
początku
you guys
trzeba
rescued her.
kliknąć.
Negative, civilian.
Opcja.
My men monitor every centimeter of Mala Island, and they ain't seen none of that. You sure that happened on this patch of land?
No raczej. Na wpół ślepy. O ja pierdzielę.
Yeah, if you haven't seen her, it's because you're all half blind. Sorry.
Are you mocking me, civvy boy? Just remember, if I get a hold of your girl, I can give her a real hard time.
In fact, I think she's being held here against her will.
You don't say. There may be another possibility. She might be hiding
Ty
something.
cholero jedna. Co,
Well,
trzeba
she
to
didn't
kliknąć?
exactly fall. I threw her out in mid-flight.
Something was telling me you're not all bad, boy. And I was right. Turns out you're my kind of man. So, did you enjoy that experience?
Żeby ją pan zabił, czy krówę patrząc jak spytała moja dziewczyna, powiedziała. Ha! Nie no,
It's not what you
ratowałem
think.
ją.
I pushed her out to save her.
No reason to apologize. You done nothing wrong.
I felt awful as I watched my girlfriend fall through the sky.
Don't worry about that. You'll get over it. The first time always hurts. Then you get used to it. You even start to yearn for it. I'd do it all day long if I could.
Boże święty.
I bet you would have killed her. You look like a despicable slayer of helpless women.
Come on, boy. There's no reason to start kissing up to me at this point. And I don't know what you mean by
Podlizywać.
helpless. You look the other way and they start weaving a web, like a tarantula. Ha, that was pretty funny, like red tarantulas.
Did I say I pushed her? I keep saying the silliest things lately.
You've got me more turned round than a dog chasing his tail. Let's see. Now, what did you mean?
I mean, that's not what I meant. It's that I'm not obliged to answer that question. I'll only respond in the presence of my attorney.
So that's your
Ja
name, huh?
pierdzielę.
Well, move your butt out of my
Czy-
tent, boy, and keep it
Musiałem
still until the
kliknąć na...
evacuation
Nie
takes
muszę
place.
odpowiadać na
If
to
only you
pytanie.
could offer me a nice plush mattress to park it on with my girl.
Don't you get smart with me, boy. In a few hours, you and all the other civilians left on Mala will be shipped out. The boat's on its way. It's a matter of hours. Flower pot,
Colonel, sir!
escort the civilian to the door. And if he makes any funny moves, kill him. That guy rubs me the wrong way. I don't want him turning into a relentless pest. Tarantula.
Tarantula.
I don't know why, but I get a sneaky feeling that the Colonel is hiding something. What's more, when I came out, I saw a girl being escorted by a soldier toward Kortzmeyer's tent. For a moment there, I thought it was Gina, and I almost bumped into her. She was blonde and wearing a very tight red leather outfit, but what in the world could that insane Colonel be up to? It's clearer and clearer to me that Gina's being held somewhere inside the camp, but they're watching every step I take, so it's impossible to get a good look around.
Dobra, skończ
I have
gadać.
to find some other way to get in, no matter how hard I have to try. But it won't do me any good to rescue Gina if we have no way out afterward. With all travel by sea and air cut off, those military types would find us in no time. It's obvious. I'll have to cook up a plan to sneak into the camp and find a way to escape from the island. However, with the little help I have, that's gonna be one tall order. My only support is a plastered primate, who I'm gradually becoming fond of, I must say. Now that he woke up, his little eyes look so sad. They remind me of a little basset hound puppy I once had in New York. I'll name the
Mi się
little
wydaje,
lemur
że ona
after him.
jest
Little Demon.
zadowolona. Wypiła whisky, zadowolona. Dobra.
Looks like it leads to a crossroads. I'll
Skrzyżowanie.
go see what I find.
Dobra, idziemy tam. Aha. To też
I
jakiś
can't take
może-
one more step. I feel like someone poured a pot of boiling soup into my shoes and I'm cooking noodles between my toes.
Aha,
But it was
okej.
worth it. Finally some contact with civilization. There's another soldier with a car. I hope this one doesn't give me any flack. Let's see what the area has to offer.
Dicky Falls. Nie mam kursora. Gdzie idzie Brian?
Eureka! A bar! With a waitress and everything. Today's your lucky day. Let's go chatter up.
Boże, i tak... Boże, będziesz tak szedł. Daj mi kliknąć na ten bar, to będzie szybciej. Jak ona miała na imię, jak ona miała na imię. Nie pamiętam.
Hi there.
Aloha! Welcome to Luana Beach. Where did you come from?
Well, if you mean my place of birth, I come from New York. I got to Mala Island just this morning and...
You don't fool me. I haven't seen any boats or planes arrive in the last 3 days.
The thing is, I landed on the other side of the island. In
Papuga mnie
a
wyzywa.
biplane that looks worse than a World War II relic.
Did you fly in with Otto?
No way! You guys know each other?
Yeah, we're old pals, and I adore his cool plane. I met my ex-boyfriend Charlie in it. Where is old Otto, by the way?
Charlie?
I think he went to Kauai. Yeah, he left full speed ahead to deliver a shipment of Capote dogs.
Oh, I love those little puppies. And they have such a cute name. Mine is Lokelani Stranger, which means Heavenly Rose.
Nice to meet you, Lokelani. I'm Brian.
Oh, crap. You have the same name as my moron of an ex-boyfriend.
Znowu?
I thought his name was Charlie.
No, that was a different boyfriend.
Charlie
Brian was
Brian.
this loser I'd prefer to forget about. So, I'll just have to pick a different name for you. Do you like Kaimi? It means he who searches in Hawaiian.
I like the way it sounds. And if you knew me better, you'd realize it suits me to a T.
Oh yeah, and that fluffy love ball of a cockatoo is Aolani, my best friend, and the only male I can trust.
Charmed, Deolani.
Strasznie dużo gadania jest tutaj.
Lokelani, I wanted to ask you for something.
Oh,
Zastanawiam się,
sorry.
czy
I must be the worst
nawet
waitress in the
nie
Pacific.
więcej
What
niż
can I do for you,
Kaimi?
Kaimi?
No, I didn't mean that. I just wanted to chat with
W
you.
jedynce
I don't
nie,
know
w
whether to
jedynce.
believe you. Whenever my ex said some girl had just
Runaway
chatted with him,
jedynce.
I knew to expect the worst.
Wszystko
Brian
szybko,
did
ładnie
that?
szło,
Oh no,
tutaj to jest...
that was Mikhail, a 7-foot tall
dużo.
Russian. So, surprise me. What should we chat about?
Żebyś miał dużo pracy, pójdę się przejść.
I haven't seen many people around here.
Yeah, the island's population has been reduced to just a few friends of mine. And this guy dressed like a monk who arrived last night. Plus me and the military guys, as you've observed.
Jak jeszcze ciebie, twoich przyjaciół, jak sobie radzisz z tym...
I suppose you didn't hear any of those soldiers mention a girlfriend of mine who fell into the lake.
Well, well, a girl. And here I was thinking you didn't have a girlfriend.
No, she isn't my girlfriend.
You sure? Look straight into my eyes and tell me she's not your girlfriend. Into my eyes, Kaimi. A little bit higher. Higher. There.
Gdzie on się patrzył? Wyżej, wyżej. Kuzynką nie jest moją dziewczyną. Jest piłka nożna niezbędna każdej dystansowej bezludnej wyspy.
She is not my girlfriend.
Well, that's just too bad for her, isn't it? You're a bit of a liar, but an adorable
O
one.
nie!
You're wrong. My friend is really a
Jestem,
soccer ball,
znaczy,
necessary on any
kłamie, ale-
worthwhile desert island.
Men, the only time they don't think about balls is when they're playing with them.
O czym?
She's my cousin.
You lie worse than my ex.
Charlie?
No, Lopati, a
Roboty.
gorgeous Polynesian hunk.
Hey, look! It's a cockatoo impaled on a stake.
Talk about getting off topic.
Co? Te dialogi czasami są drętwe, mi się wydaje. Już w jedynce chyba lepsze były. A jak sobie radzisz z tymi... Nie no kurde, chyba trzeba
Tell me
o
about that
wszystkim
guy
zaś
who looks like a
pogadać,
monk.
żeby były jakieś
He
inne
must have gotten here
opcje.
last night after I closed up. He hasn't budged all morning
odcinek
and
chyba
didn't even
będzie
notice when I went to say hi.
przydodany.
Maybe he's deaf, like my ex.
Mikhail?
No, Renee. He was a better man than most. He was deaf
Ile
as a
masz
doorknob, but he could
śmiałości,
listen so
chłopak?
much better than the average male.
Why didn't they evacuate you and your friends?
They let me stay a few days longer. Colonel's orders. I don't know why, though. And my two friends stayed because Knife took Kai for a ride in his motorboat, so the military guys didn't find them till they got back.
Kaju.
Talk to me about your friend Kai.
The poor thing lost his leg to a shark, but he's still the best surfer Mala Island has ever seen. And he comes from a long line of amazing witch doctors. His grandfather, the last kahuna in the family saga, even had his own TV show.
Nożu.
Tell me about Knife.
He goes for the heart-stopping excitement, but he's fickle. Every once in a while, he gets obsessed with a new hobby. Right now, it's surfing, and that's all he thinks about. Lately, the waves around here have been smaller than in a kiddie pool, so he spends the day island hopping in his speedboat in search of killer waves. Oh, and then there's Koala, his son, but you'd better
Jakbym
just meet
grał
him
sam,
for
to by było
yourself.
w porządku,
Where can I
ale
find
że
your
nagrywam
friends?
to...
They live together at
To tak
Ala
trochę-
Cove. If you want to meet them, just follow the
Sam
highway toward the
odczuwam taką
northeast,
nudę.
and you'll come across their hut. I recommend it as a day trip.
Nic
It's a
się nie
lovely
dzieje.
spot. Some people think Tiki Temple ruins are prettier, but since they're in the militarized zone, visits are out of the question.
Do you get along with the military guys here on the island?
That first night, they all came here to get sloshed. But then I think the colonel forbid them to return. Now he comes alone.
Kiedy się
When did they
zjawili?
get here?
About 3 days ago, they evacuated everyone, declared a state of emergency, and set up camp at the
3 dni
Tiki
temu.
Temple ruins. Rumor has it there was some deadly
Czyli
virus
tak
running around,
idealnie się
but I think the soldiers are being
rozbiliśmy na tej
paid
wyspie.
off by real estate speculators. They'll end up developing the island into a huge golf course for bored old moneybags, like my ex.
Are
Który?
you talking about Charlie?
No, I meant Renako, an
Runaway.
African millionaire who had petroleum coming out of his diamond-studded ears.
Ja...
Do you know the man in charge of the troops?
The colonel? Yeah, he looks a lot like my ex, but with half the looks and twice the wrinkles. And he doesn't have that hot criminal look, of course.
Your ex-boyfriend, Brian?
No, Milo, a kid from Central Europe or somewhere around there.
Oh shit, nie, może nie będę się o to pytał.
After talking with him, it sounds like you got him sailing the
Co ja?
love boat.
Kłamie.
Love boat? Well, he can batten down the hatches and lower his mast, because there's no way I'm riding his love vessel. Plus, I can't stand tobacco smoke, and last night he came here smoking this big fat stogie. It gave off a hideous stench.
Czyli muszę to...
I didn't know you liked older men.
It's not that I have anything for them. The only difference is on the surface, really. Inside, all men are equally childish, no matter what their age. But don't worry, most of us women like children.
I don't like talking about that guy.
Don't look at me. You're the one who brought him up.
Military men bore me. I'm changing the subject.
Well, my ex-boyfriend was a military thug, and he really made me laugh.
Mikhail?
No, Tiru. A hilarious sergeant from India.
Well, let's talk about something else.
Alright, if that's the best you can come up with.
To jej nie obrazi.
It doesn't seem like you have much work.
Well, before the military got here, my boss didn't give me a moment of tropical island peace. Wait on the bar, go down to the storeroom, clean up the photo stand, shoo those lemurs off the bucking bronco, put on a skimpier outfit.
Co?
Sounds like you have a great boss. Huh.
If only you knew. Once I thought it might be nice to set out some trays of fresh coconut, and he said, I don't pay you to think. If I get so bold as to give a free drink to a customer, he threatens to fire me, because he's the biggest skinflint in the Pacific. And on top of that, when the soldiers came, he ran off like a sissy, but told me that if I closed up shop, he'd fire me.
What was it you said about a bunch of
No
lemurs?
jednego
I
mam
know
przy
it
sobie.
sounds
Nie?
weird, but a few years ago, a Japanese boat full of
Takie
giant
czy tam to
lemurs sunk nearby.
też są
It was headed for New York.
takimi...
Anyway, the lemurs swam to shore
pijakami.
and took over the beach. You can't imagine what lushes they were. If I
A,
turned my back for a
właśnie
second,
uwielbiały alkohol.
they'd rip off all the booze. They were bomb day and night, destroying everything they got their little prehensile paws on, until we managed to run them into the jungle on the other side of the island.
Well, I suppose this bar isn't exactly the workplace of your dreams, is it?
Don't be so sure. I've had worse jobs. I even worked in Hollywood as a makeup artist. It sounds all glamorous at first, but when you have to turn 3,000 midgets into extraterrestrials, all the glitz and bling bling starts to fade.
Ile jeszcze tych opcji?
So, how did you manage to find work in Hollywood?
You know, the same way everyone gets a break in the movie world.
Maybe you should save it for another time. There may be minors reading this.
What a dirty little mind you have. I got my break thanks to my mom, who was a makeup artist. She would take me to film shoots before I learned to walk.
Oh, doing movie makeup must be a hard job.
Not really. Maybe it used to be. But ever since they came out with Grease Paint Pro, you can make your grandma look like a star, as the slogan says.
Co? Jakiś program?
What is that Grease Paint Pro thing?
It's the computer software we movie makeup artists use. You can scan a picture of the character you want to create, another of the person you're making over, and in a few seconds it gives you a range of makeup options. Along with the list of the products you'll need, the features you should accentuate or cover up. To put it simply, it's a very expensive wonder program that only big production companies can afford.
But with Grease Paint
Podliśmy
Pro
się trochę.
alone, it's not enough, is it? I bet it's useless without your talent.
They're all essential. The computer, the talent, the scanner, the printer, and of course, the makeup products. I don't mean to brag, but I have them all. The great thing about having a computer geek as a boyfriend is that he can set up a home machine for you that's better than the ones most
Który to?
professionals use.
I don't mean to butt into your business, but are you talking about Mikhail?
No! Koji-san! This guy from
Chodzi, no
Tokyo.
oczywiście.
What were we chatting about?
All you men are the same. You're so busy looking at our cleavage, you
So?
can't pay attention to what we're saying. So it makes no difference. We can talk about whatever you wish.
Nie mów tak. Zawstydzasz mnie.
Did you work on any famous films?
Tak jak
I
nie
wouldn't
wypytam
know.
wszystko,
I never
to
go to the movies.
będę mógł
I
przejść
only worked
dalej.
in horror movies until I met this director. We started going out,
Gdzie
and he
jest
hired me to do
mój
3
telefon?
movies all at the same time.
You don't say. I bet his name was Andy. Or maybe it was Larry.
You're a really bad guesser.
Nie wiem.
Anyway, his name was Peter.
O, jest.
He made films in Australia, or did something down under.
You don't look like a makeup artist.
1512.
Or
Co?
a waitress, for that matter.
Nie wiem, o czym gadali.
I'm not sure if I want to
interesuje
know what
mnie
you
to
see
za
me
bardzo.
as.
I'm gonna take a stroll. See ya later on.
See you around.
Co? Tyle przegadałem i nic z tego nie wynika.
It's full of sand ash, cigarette butts, and that looks like a cigar holder.
Bierzemy cygarniczkę.
I bet I can find some use for that.
No
If
oczywiście.
I remember right, that's the brand
Chyba już
Fortmeyer
pamiętam do
smokes.
czego była, tylko że nie pamiętam co trzeba dokładnie. Mogę wziąć tablicę?
Sure, why not? Look, Ilani, could I borrow your chalkboard?
Go ahead. Nobody's ordering any cocktails around here anymore.
It comes with chalk, too.
Jest kreda. Z papugą nie będę gadał, to nie ma sensu. Szałas, mechaniczny byk, zobaczmy.
My goodness, the collateral damage of tourism. If you ask me, rodeos and, of course, bucking broncos
uderzyłem się
are
dzisiaj
about
w
as
nogę i
Hawaiian as
boli.
koalas, just to give an example.
Spuchła lekko. Ała. Dobra, nie będę może dotykał. Wejdź
Yeah.
przez
Maybe I'll find something
klapę.
interesting.
Nie, to tam raczej nic nie znajdę, to...
Or maybe something dangerous.
Co niebezpieczne. Ta
What a mess.
zawala się to wszystko. Koniec gry. No jakby w Runaway dało się zginąć.
The only danger inside there is
by było
getting
coś.
tetanus with all that rusty metal.
Aha, to już co. No spoko. Co tu jest? A, zdjęcia sobie tutaj
It's one of those
wstrykają.
scams where you can get a souvenir photo taken. I always thought they were a little cheesy, though. I just don't get the humor. I was probably influenced by that dumb photo my mom had hanging on the living room wall, though.
Boże,
Me when I was
nie
6
wiem
with a
jak to jest.
stupid grin in
Przyszedłem
Donald
ze
Duck's
szkoły do
body.
domu. Byłem nawet wypoczęty. Znaczy wypoczęty. Nie byłem śpiący po prostu. Zacząłem nagrywać. Zrobiłem się śpiący. Dobre. Przesunę platformę.
Yeah, right. Then I'll stick it in my pocket and take it home after turning it into a dining room table.
No a jak? Właśnie.
I don't see the sense of that right now.
Czy mogę iść za to?
Ah, I've reached the heart of the beast. I mean, the place where you stick coins in and the photo pops out.
Dobra, cicho, pokaż mi co tam jest.
The lights are turned off.
That means the photo stand is either unplugged or, even worse, out of order.
Czyli tak, no zasilanie jest potrzebne, no i żetony. Żeby sobie zrobić zdjęcie. O! To chyba ten mnich. Raczej na pewno. Pogadajmy z nim.
Hello, nice man. Hello. Yoo-hoo. Nothing. Either this guy's deaf or he's on a real trip. I hope he sees lots of planets on the way. Oh, look! He moves and everything. Did that mean yes? Hi, my name is Brian. Nice to meet you. I guess he can only nod to express the idea of yes. Man, how innovative. Do you know any other tricks? Wow, he can shake his head to say no, too. You didn't happen to see a girl fall out of the sky lately, did you?
Nie widział. No bo jest pod dachem. Nikt nie jest właściwą osobą do zadawania pytań o kobiectwie. Co? Nie, może nie. Jak spadało, uznałeś to za cud. Mam przeczucie, że raczej nie pomożesz, więc... Nie, no
Maybe you
wypytajmy
saw
o
her
wszystko.
fall and thought it was a miracle.
Nie uznał tego za cud.
Maybe a monk isn't the person to ask about a woman, so I'll rephrase the question. Have you seen a man with no hair on his face fall out of the sky?
Co?
I have a
Bez
hunch
włosów
you're not going to be
co,
much
na
help,
twarzy?
so I'll just drop the subject. I can't see your face very well, but I get the sinking
nie widzę,
feeling
nie widzę
we've
cię.
met before.
Czarną pustkę.
You're a whiz at saying yes or no,
Taki
but I don't know if you really understand me or if you just have a nervous tick. You're not a big talker, so there's no reason to ask whether you can read or write.
Umie czytać i pisać. To dobrze. Czy przestałeś kiwać i kręcić niż powodem?
Did you stop nodding and shaking your head for some reason, or are you a member of a binary sect? Do you understand my language, or do you just say yes and no at random? Maybe you don't make any other gestures out of
No, w
spite.
ten sposób raczej od niego nic więcej nie
I think
wyciągniemy.
I've gotten a bit mixed up, so let's change the subject.
Okej,
We'll
zmieńmy
chat
temat.
some other time, okay? Good luck, my friend. This guy may know something, but if he keeps talking that way, it'll be hard to discern the important part. Besides the fact that, luckily, he isn't deaf.
Umiesz czytać i pisać,
Let's
co?
see if he knows how to write. Hey, guy, I found a chalkboard for you. If I give it to you, you can write on it, and you won't be stuck just saying yes and no. Do you mean yes, you'll still answer yes and no, or yes, you won't? It doesn't matter. Here, take it.
A w tym odcinku tak pogadamy sobie. No, z pułkownikiem pogadaliśmy,
Thank you.
porozmawialiśmy
You're
z...
welcome, man. You see, I wanted to ask you a few
Lukelami, tak?
questions.
No i z mniwem sobie pogadamy do samego końca i skończymy odcinek.
Get to the point. So, you're in a hurry now? No. Running out of chalk.
Ojcze, zgrzeszyłem! Wpadła do jeziora, jesteś
A
pieniężny.
girlfriend of mine fell into the lake. Are you sure you haven't seen her?
To już mógł...
Very sure.
To już mógł kiwnąć głową na takie pytanie. Jesteś niemową, czy tylko udajesz?
Are you mute or just pretending?
Jakieś dłuższe zdanie. Ty, bo kreda się kończy.
Long time since I used earthling speech organs.
Skrzeli.
Are you sure you and I have never talked before? Chalk almost gone. So soon? Well, it did last quite a while.
No i...
Low quality... Shoot. It ran out just when this was starting to get interesting. Anyway, man, if I find something else for you to write with, we'll continue this combo.
Znajdę znaczy do rozmowy znajdę. Znajdę coś do pisania. Ale powiem tyle, że musimy znaleźć kredę. Nową kredę musimy znaleźć. Niestety Lukelani nie ma więcej. I będziemy musieli ją zrobić. Tak. Dobra, ale teraz skończę odcinek, bo ja mam trochę do roboty. I co? W następnym odcinku postaramy się zrobić kredę, żeby nasz tutaj mnich powiedział nam coś więcej o sobie. Chyba uda nam się też zasilić byka i stoisko fotograficzne. a potem nie wiem, potem się zobaczy. Dzięki za oglądanie, mam nadzieję, że się podobało. Jeśli tak, ocencie, skomentujcie film. Do zobaczenia w następnym. Trzymajcie się, cześć.